Hello everyone, Tim Game here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies information. Now, as most of you guys know, it's less than a month away now till Black Ops 2 gets released, so what I'm going to be trying to do in the upcoming days and weeks is get as much information and confirmed information, not speculation, get as much of that onto my channel as possible so you guys can, have a look and see what's coming out, what new game modes are coming out, what weapons, all of that sort of stuff. So the first part of that today is going to be on Black Ops Zombies, because Zombies is an absolutely fantastic part of Call of Duty. I mean, it's something that I've loved since it was introduced in World at War, and by the looks of things, it's going to be even bigger and better in Black Ops 2. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this video is, for the first couple of minutes or so, as you can see here, this is the reveal trailer of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. Now, this was released a couple of weeks back, but what I wanted to do is just have this in the background and have several screenshots in the background whilst I talk about what's going on. And if you guys want to see a slightly more detailed trailer analysis specific to just the trailer, I'm going to be linking you to an Ali A video. It's in the description. It's absolutely fantastic analysis. It really picks up on the minutiae and the detail of the trailer itself. But what I wanted to do is just speak about some of the things that have come out and that have been confirmed. And the great thing is, for the first time in zombie history, there's going to be multiple types of game modes, and there's been 3 game modes confirmed at the moment, and these are Transit, Survival and Grief. Now, Survival is basically the traditional zombies mode. You can have, anywhere between 1 or 4 guys, fighting in a map, battling against waves of zombies, and it's basically survive as long as you can. And all of like the ray gun, the pack-a-punch machines, perks, all of those are going to be coming back. So that is going to be your traditional zombies mode. But the 2 ones that I really wanted to talk about, and these 2 really blew my mind, and the trailer that has just finished playing there, that was good timing, is focusing on the mode called Transit. Now, Transit is a massive map, and I think if you guys were watching the trailer, you could see that there was lots of different areas where you move between, and this is a first for zombies. You can basically move around this entire map either through walking or through a bus, and the bus gets you there faster, but at the same time, if you get trapped on the bus, you're going to be screwed because there's nowhere to run. So it's one of those trade-offs. Do you want to try and get there faster and deal with less zombies in the long run, or do you want to walk there, take a lot of time, take a lot of extra time, but have somewhere to run away to if it goes wrong? And that's the thing when you're on the bus. If you get overwhelmed, you're dead and you're over. And that's a real tactical element, and they're beginning to introduce even more things. But the great thing about Transit is the map is absolutely vast, and that's something completely new. So there's all of this area to explore. It's even bigger than the moon map in Black Ops 1, and that was an absolutely titanic map, so you can get into your head just how big this is going to be. But there's several really, really interesting new features that are going to be brought into Zombies here. First, the one that I really wanted to talk about is the fact that you can create weapons yourself using tools and items found around the game. And the one that was really obvious in the trailer was a riot shield. Now, you make this riot shield out of a car door and some other knickknacks that you basically sellotape together to batter zombies over the head with. And all of these weapons that you create are obviously going to be a massive part, and finding all these little bits and pieces around the map is going to be, I think, key to surviving later on. Because in traditional survival zombies, it was all about throwing thousands and thousands of points at the random box until you got your ray gun or your Wonder Waffle, and that you could pack a punch and go from there. So having these created weapons where you've got to go out and actually find them is a really nice tactical addition, because what you sort of got in the traditional survival zombies was people doing zombie trains in one part of the map, or finding a good spot to camp where you can kite the zombies into one row, so you just shoot them all down and one bullet would hit 5 or 6 zombies. This is going to force people to move around the map more, and that's always something interesting. That's something that'll perhaps separate the men from the boys a little bit more, because anyone can get into a corner with your back against the wall and shoot along a thin corridor. That's not as hard as it looks. The real skill is going to be moving around the map, finding all these items to combine into these special weapons, and then going back and killing some zombies, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic. And there's a screenshot that I've put up showing just how big the map is going to be, and this is going to be an absolutely huge map, and moving between it and finding all the Easter eggs is going to be brilliant. And that's Transit very, very briefly in an overview. The new game mode, another new game mode I want to talk about is Grief, and this is something even more fantastic in my opinion. It's a new competitive zombies game mode which allows up to 8 people to join. I mean, 8 people in one zombies map is absolutely incredible, and you're split into 2 teams, and you don't actually fight each other. You're not allowed to shoot each other, but what you can do is have environmental effects affect the other team, and they don't really go into too many details about that. But what I was thinking could be happening is you turn the power off in one part of the map so their perk machines don't work, or you cause a landslide and that knocks down a wall of a building, so one really good hiding spot is now ruined as zombies can pile in through the wall. And there's so many different options that can be introduced in that, and that's one of the great things about Treyarch. Treyarch always like to have interactive maps, and what I mean about that is, for example, the elevators on hotel and the zip lines and all of these things where you can interact with the environment, and that's something they've always done better than Infinity Ward. So the possibilities for Grief actually excite me more than Transit, and Transit looks absolutely amazing, but Grief can have so many more possibilities, and I'm really, really looking forward to see how it's going. But that's enough on the game modes. I just want to get into a few more included zombie features, and that's going to be the heading I'm going to call this. But there's going to be new custom games. There's going to be matchmaking this time based on skill. So if you guys haven't really played zombies and you go into it, you're going to be put into a lobby with people who haven't played as much as well. So you can go out and you can explore, and you can have a few different weapon combinations tried out. But if you're a hardcore zombie player and you want to go out and go to level 100 or whatever, you're going to be put into a lobby with people who are roughly your skill level. So that's a nice feature. It's always a bit frustrating when you or 2 friends or you and a friend go into a zombies game and you're trying to get as far as possible, and you've got a guy spinning around trying to do 360 no scopes and dolphin diving off with a grenade in his hand, suiciding himself all the time. And it's great that the matchmaking is going to be brought into zombies, because that'll help even the playing field and you can get out of it whatever you want. So that's a good thing. But several things I want to mention as well. There are 4 new characters brought in. There's not really much information about these. We're not even sure what they're called at the moment, but the story does follow on from the Moon story. So, as you know, at the end of that map, you fired a rocket off onto Earth, and you either set it on fire or blew up some parts of that, depending on what you think about the Moon ending. So this leaves it very, very open-ended. Are these guys survivors on the Earth? Were they involved in the facility on the Moon? There's so many different backstories that can be brought in, and that's one of the really good things about Nazi zombies, or just zombies as it's called now. There's so many possibilities about it, and that's one of the things that I'm really, really looking forward to. It's just seeing how all of this ties in, and that's one of the major things about zombies for me, is the story and the Easter eggs. And as you go through each map and as you get further in, you begin to get more and more snippets, and you begin to build a picture, but it's still not complete. So that's another thing I'm really, really looking forward to in Black Ops 2 Zombies. But I'm just going to finish off with several rumoured achievements. Now, these achievements aren't 100% nailed on confirmed, but there's been enough information and enough talk around them to suggest that they're not going to be far off the mark. So there are a couple of really, really interesting ones. For example, You Have No Power Over Me, which is what a name of the achievement, and it says, in transit, defeat him without being attacked by him. And that's such a vague achievement, but it's beginning to suggest the introduction of boss zombies. And if you have a look more closely at the trailer, and this is another massive reason for you to go and watch Alier's video, I think he does a really good job analysing the trailer, he points out an electric zombie. So it's a zombie which appears to be constructed just out of electricity, and he hypothesized that it's just going to be either a slightly more powerful version of a normal zombie or a boss zombie. And this achievement fits in nicely with that there are going to be a variety of zombies, not just the basic grunts that we've been used to for quite a long time now, but a much wider array of zombies. And there's several other achievements which hint at this. And the other one is, I don't think they exist, which is, in Transit, kill one of the denizens of the forest while it is latched onto you. So that's another suggestion that there's going to be a new, multiple new types of enemy. And that's a really good thing, because the great thing about zombies is that it's consistently and continuously evolving and getting bigger and better, and I can't wait to see what all of these enemies are like. But one thing I am going to guarantee for you, if any more Call of Duty information comes out between now and release day, I'm going to get it up onto my channel. But what I wanted to do is just establish a baseline of what's been released so far, so we can just tack additional information onto this when it's released or when we find out about a leak or whatever. But the great thing about this is there's so much that we haven't found out. This is only a tiny taster of what we are going to experience on release day, and there's already so much that I'm looking forward to. And the main thing I'm looking forward to now is Call of Duty Zombies, because I've always played a decent amount of zombies, but this is the first time where I've been looking forward to zombies more than I have the multiplayer. And Black Ops 2 multiplayer is looking pretty sweet at the moment as well, so it's great that both parts of the game are trying to compete for my affections, and they're both looking really good. But guys, that's the end of the zombie information. I hope you've enjoyed it. There's plenty of information here that I wasn't aware of before I dived in a little bit deeper. So I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to it. I hope you found something new, and I hope you stick around, because there's going to be tons of Black Ops 2 information coming out now, especially in the week or two before release. There's normally an absolute cascade of information coming at you, so it's going to be really interesting to see what more tidbits of information get released before release day. So guys, once again, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could rate it and leave a comment. It makes a big difference to this channel. You have really no idea how much of a difference it makes. So guys, once again, thanks for watching, and have